Everyone, good Thursday afternoon. I'm meteorologist Addison Green, and we are diving into that potential for severe weather we've been talking about coming our way for tomorrow. Timing is roughly during the afternoon to evening hour. We're talking roughly about 3 o'clock to 10 o'clock or so as we're anticipating a cold front moving through town during the tail end of the day. Hazards with this storm system setup is going to be large hail, talking 2 inches size in diameter. That could be roughly about the size of about this size in diameter, roughly going in towards a billiard ball size, for instance. May even see some baseball size hails. Certainly not out of the question. That's close to 2.75 of an inch right there. But also 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Some strong winds will come along with these storms as well. Rainfall amounts anywhere between 1/4 of an inch to an inch or so, but there could be some isolated 1.5 inches or more coming our way, especially as the cold front is actually moving through town. Setup looks like this. It's talking about on a scale of 1 to 5, we have a slight risk for severe weather in this yellow highlighted area, which does include all of central Texas, northern Texas, in towards Oklahoma, as well as going in towards portions of the southeast. So it does include all of the metro area here for Houston, and we're going to be seeing these counties right here of that potential of getting that chance for large hail as well as damaging wind gusts. Harris County, south and east, less of a threat for coming in for those parameters, but nonetheless, there's still that risk of seeing those thunderstorms move through, especially during the evening hours and heading into Saturday morning as well. Right now, we do have relatively clear skies, lots of sunshine in the Cleveland area, but we're watching those clouds gradually roll on in from west to east, coming up in anticipation of that cold front's arrival. So some more sun-filtered high-level cirrus clouds are moving on in, and they're a little thicker up there towards the west. Rain showers are still way off the screen out there in towards central portions of Texas, up in places like Austin and San Antonio. Setup looks like this at the surface. Big area of high pressure sitting right here, going all across the southeast and towards the southern plains, but you can see right there, it's bringing in moisture off the Gulf of Mexico, bringing it northward, and we have scattered showers, some snow showers being squeezed out across portions of the plains and towards Colorado. But it's the area of low pressure out there to the west at the surface, and the associated low pressure up aloft. They're going to help to dig down to the atmosphere and kick off more moisture streaming in from the Pacific Ocean, as well as moisture coming on in from the Gulf of Mexico right there. And that's why our temperatures and that level of mugginess in the air have both gone up in the past 24 hours. So the setup looks like this, I should say, looking at the jet stream winds. It's that river of air aloft that goes around the planets, moving the storms around for the northern hemisphere. We have the winds just screaming right here out of the southwesterly direction, bringing in moisture off the Pacific. As we move forward from today in towards tomorrow, that area of low pressure embedded in a trough right here will start to dig down further, bringing in more moisture up this way as you move in towards Friday morning. But these winds up across Houston still coming in and moving in very quickly. So we're not seeing any storms that do develop moving slowly across the area. But also with this setup right here, we're not seeing a big chance for tornadic weather. That doesn't come until we get in towards Saturday morning, but that threat is thankfully pushed out there towards the east. Where we see right here these winds, these wind lines, as they're fanning out, they're allowing those storms to breathe and starting to grow in height across in the atmosphere, and that's where you do get that chance for seeing some tornadic weather across portions of Mississippi in towards Alabama, Tennessee. Thankfully, the cold front will be pushing through the Houston metro area during that time frame, so that tornado potential is not going to be on the high end for us. It's going to be very low, in fact. As you go through your vorticity, this is in the mid portion of the atmosphere. We can see right here any little bit of blobs of yellow and orange. That indicates where we do have that potential for seeing some little storm cells starting to show some signs of rotation, as well as the chance for maybe picking up some large hail and gusty winds. As you go throughout your future track, your day today is totally fine. We just have clouds increasing, breeze coming in off the Gulf of Mexico, bringing more moisture, and for the most part, we are staying on the dry end of things, not anticipating any real rain showers for your day today. Overnight in towards tomorrow, it's about a 20 to 30% chance of seeing some pockets of some light showers here and there. We're now slowly starting to saturate the atmosphere, so it can only hold so much moisture before a little bit of some drops start to come on down. As you make your way in towards 3 o'clock, we are starting to see some breaks in the cloud deck. And if we get any breaks coming on in, we get that sun to shine down, it'll help to heat up the atmosphere and help to destabilizing it, allowing the atmosphere to produce the potential of some thunderstorm activity. This cluster right here, just going out there towards portions of the Columbus area, going up just north of Wharton County, for instance, track that cell. You can see it moving on in, going towards the northeasterly direction and getting stronger as we make our way in towards the 5 o'clock hour. So it's cells like that up ahead of the cold front that could have that potential for showing some signs of rotation, also producing those damaging wind gusts as well as the large hail. So towards Columbus, Tomball, Conroe, from 3 to 5 o'clock, you have to be on the lookout for that cell right there. And also this cell just north of College Station. You can possibly see a little hail core right there, indicating some strong hail, large hail as well. Heading into 9 o'clock, now the cold front's starting to make its way in towards our vicinity. It's now slicing right in through the western portions of the metro area. College Station, temperatures have dropped about nearly 10 degrees as the front has passed, but we can see right there, strong thunderstorm, another strong thunderstorm. These guys won't have the big severe punch that they would have earlier in the day because now the sun has set, we're starting to lose that daytime heating, but nonetheless, they still are packed of energy. They can still bring around some gusty winds, and we can't forget about the heavy rains coming on in. As the cold front moves on in overnight and in towards the morning hours on Saturday, it's now well offshore. We're starting to see that rain chance fade away. Skies are slowly starting to dry on out, and we'll start off going through the temperatures in the 60s, but they'll warm up nicely into the upper 70s to low 80s. That's despite a northwesterly breeze coming on down. We're bringing in drier air. We're helping to dry out the atmosphere, but drier air also heats up quickly, so that we can see our temperatures rise nicely towards seasonable levels around 80 degrees. How much rainfall are we anticipating? Well, we could easily see some spots half an inch to an inch or so, but remember that one cell I mentioned out near Columbus? As it moves across the area from Industry to Conroe to Livingston, it could drop down an additional inch plus of rainfall. So we could see maybe 2 inches in Conroe, for instance, and there was another cell making its way down across our southern counties right there. That could also drop 1 to 2 inches of rain. This is much needed rain, as we definitely do have a lot of drought-like situations establish themselves across the metro area, especially down across our coastal counties. So we need the rain. Hopefully we don't get it all at once where we start talking about the potential for flooding. But right now, that flooding potential, widespread flooding, very low, and just localized flooding, it's on the low end of things. So throughout your day today, partly cloudy, going to go see a nice breeze throughout the afternoon hours, clouds increasing throughout the evening hours, and then making your way in towards tomorrow. That's when the storms start to come on in. 90% chance during those afternoon to evening hours. We're drying out the air for Saturday into Sunday, and as you make your way in towards next week, we have the temperatures rising until we have another cold front come our way by the time we get in towards Wednesday afternoon. So I'll just briefly touch base at the top of the show in case anybody just joined us. We're talking about that potential for the severe weather to come on in across our area for the afternoon to evening hours. Where'd it go? Where did my graphic go? Oh, here we go. So if you're just joining us or you just came in during the middle of the show, talking about severe weather for tomorrow, 3 to 10 o'clock, large hail, damaging wind gusts, and the chance for seeing pockets of moderate to heavy rain will come down across the area. And we do have a slight risk all across portions of central to northern to southeastern Texas. And this will be the case as you make your way through Friday afternoon to the evening hours, where by Saturday morning we are drying things out, setting us up for a beautiful weekend ahead. So just be on the lookout tomorrow. If you're going out and about, especially north and west of Harris County, Montgomery County, Polk County, for instance, you want to make sure you do keep your eyes in the skies, keep that phone nearby, which I'm sure you always have, and make sure you do have the KHOU 11 app so you get those push notifications when the severe weather starts firing up in your vicinity, as well as any severe thunderstorm warnings that do establish themselves. We'll be jumping right on in on air as well as online, especially if any of those storms really do threaten some large metropolitan areas as well. And I'll be coming back right here for the 4-1 at 4 o'clock on the TV side of things to dive into the latest forecast details with another update coming on in roughly about 3 o'clock ourselves. All right, enjoy the rest of your afternoon and get ready for those storms for tomorrow. See ya.